Oh, hello, darling. Today I'm going to tell you all about cruising like a Kardashian in a suite. Oh, not just any suite, a 2-story crown loft suite on the Allure of the seas. So, if you would like to hear all about my bouge cruise, keep watching. I'm just going to take a sip of my fancy pants Gatorade. What am I doing? Hello everyone, welcome to Freshly Squeezed Travels. I'm Kim, not Kardashian. Sorry to disappoint you, but just know you're probably not any more disappointed than my husband. How are you guys today? I am doing okay. I'm feeling a little lost because my youngest is off to college, so I think I'm suffering from just a bit of emptiness syndrome, and that might help explain that intro. But anyway, I hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are. And today I'm going to tell you all about our recent sailing on the Allure of the Seas. This was the very first official sailing of the Oasis class for Royal Caribbean since the pandemic, and we were so excited to take this cruise. We booked a Crown Loft suite, and this is something that I didn't think that we would ever do, because I have seen this suite go for $15,000, $20,000 for a week. And I remember seeing that and thinking, yeah, we're never going to get to experience that. For whatever reason, on this sailing, it was priced much, much, much lower. And because this was for our daughter's birthday and graduation gift, we decided we were going to splurge a little, and boy, was it nice. I'm glad that we did get this opportunity, because I'm not sure we will ever get to again, but it was awfully nice. At the end of the video, I will tell you exactly what we paid. Now, I'm not going to get into any of the coronavirus policies or procedures because I covered that in a previous video, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who gave me such great feedback on that. It meant a lot. If I can make anyone's vacation a little bit better or go a little bit more smoothly, that makes me very happy, and I appreciate all your nice comments so much. So thank you. If you're interested in watching the video on the coronavirus measures, I will link it so that you can watch. But with that said, let's get into it, shall we? Because this was the first official sailing since the pandemic, they did something cute as passengers got on board the ship. They had set up a red carpet. So as we walked along the red carpet onto the ship, there were crew members who clapped and cheered. It just set the tone for this cruise. The crew, by the way, was just fantastic. They were so happy to be back at work and sailing again, and they really made our trip special. This was a 7-night Caribbean cruise departing from Cape Canaveral. The ports were St. Martin, St. Thomas, and Royal Caribbean's private island, Coco Cay. There were also 3 sea days. There were only 1,800 passengers on this sailing, I believe, for social distancing purposes, and that was really, really unique. Throughout the cruise, we had elevators to ourselves. There was never a wait to get a drink. You could get a pool lounger whenever you wanted, so we were definitely very spoiled. The ship, by the way, looked immaculate. We had sailed on the Allure 15 years ago, and the ship today looks just as good as it did back then. She is definitely aging well, and it is a beautiful ship if you've never sailed on the Allure. This suite was a surprise for our daughter. We had told her that we were staying in a junior suite. That way, if any of the staff mentioned a suite during check-in, we were hoping she wouldn't get suspicious. And I think we pulled off this surprise pretty well. When we got to deck 17, there are only suites on that deck, so I think she started to get a little suspicious, but I will tell you, when we opened the door, the look on her face, her eyes got really big and she had a smile, and that was my favorite moment of the cruise, and that alone made it worth every penny. We were in suite 1716 on deck 17, and this deck you actually had to use your key card in order to get to the hallways that led to the suites. I thought it was a little unnecessary, but I guess it added a little pomp and circumstance to the cruise. We also had a doorbell, which I thought was just kind of hilarious and also unnecessary, but definitely very fun. So let me tell you about the Crown Loft suite. The Crown Loft suite is 540 square feet, and the balcony is 98 square feet. It can accommodate up to 4 guests. The stateroom has 2 full baths. There's one on the first level and one on the second, but there is no bathtub in the suite. The second level has 2 twin beds that can convert to a queen, and the first floor has a sofa that converts to a good-sized double bed. Both levels had closets. The one on the first floor was much larger. My husband and I stayed on the top floor. That's where we slept, showered, and watched TV, and my daughter pretty much had the bottom level all to herself. One of the really nice perks of staying in a suite is that we got use of the concierge lounge, which was also on deck 17. The concierge lounge had continental breakfast in the morning, and this was huge for me. Really good espressos and lattes and cappuccinos. It was a definite upgrade from the coffee in other parts of the ship, and I totally enjoyed it. We would go to the concierge lounge almost every morning. We would sit there, have a cup of coffee, and read the compass before heading to Park Cafe for breakfast. We preferred the bagels and the breakfast sandwiches in Park Cafe to the offerings in the concierge lounge. And the Park Cafe is open until 11 a.m., by the way, and I definitely recommend it as a good breakfast spot. The lounge also served light appetizers and complimentary cocktails from 5 to 8 p.m. We didn't have the drink package on this sailing, so we took full advantage of the free cocktails. The concierge lounge is located right next to the suite-only restaurant Coastal Kitchen, and this is the old Viking Crown Lounge. And I have to tell you, I really miss the old Viking Crown Lounge. It was one of my favorite spots on the ship before they converted it. It is a beautiful space now. The concierge lounge is gorgeous. Coastal Kitchen is also very, very pretty, but I do miss the old Viking Crown Lounge. We did dine once in Coastal Kitchen, the restaurant exclusively for suite guests, and the food was beautifully presented and it tasted very, very good. Most of the other nights we ate in the main dining room. The staff in the main dining room, they were adorable and so sweet and so nice. I think because capacity was limited, they didn't have as many tables to wait on, so we got a lot of personal attention from the assistant waiter, the head waiter, the maitre d'. Everyone was constantly stopping by, saying hello, checking in on us. We actually weren't there one night. We went to Sabor for dinner, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. And the next day, even though we had mentioned to one of the servers that we were not going to be there, we had 4 people come up to us and ask, "Where were you last night? We missed you." They were so sweet. I thought the food in the main dining room was good, pretty much your typical Royal Caribbean fare, but we definitely enjoyed it. One of the waiters, I think it was the head waiter, came over to us and asked us if we had ever had food from the Philippines. And we said, no, we're not really familiar with that type of food. And he said, well, would you like to try some traditional dishes? And we said, heck yeah. Apparently there was a Filipino family on board who had requested traditional dishes from the Philippines. So they brought it over to us. I thought that was so sweet, and it was actually one of my favorite meals of the entire trip. So we did eat in Sabor one night for dinner, and that is the Mexican restaurant, and that is the only specialty restaurant that we ate at for dinner. One thing that really surprised me on this trip was how much the specialty dining restaurants cost now. It used to be a small surcharge, and the prices have gone way, way up. I'm not sure when that happened or if I just didn't notice. We don't eat at a lot of specialty restaurants, but we did go to Sabor. It was very good. They have amazing guacamole, and we picked it because we had an 8 o'clock show, so we were looking for somewhere to eat at 6:30, and it was the least expensive option. It was $22 a piece. Still a little bit pricey in my opinion, but we did enjoy it very, very much. The only other specialty restaurant we ate in was Johnny Rockets. We went there twice for lunch. I don't know what it is about cruising, but there's just something about it that I have to have those onion rings and those French fries once or twice. Johnny Rockets is $10 per person, and I think it's well worth it. Another nice benefit of staying in a suite is that we got use of the suite-only sun deck, and this is a deck that's above the solarium. It has loungers and tables and a few cabanas, day beds that are first come, first serve, and there is also a suite-only bar up there. It's a very, very nice space. We enjoyed going up there. Every sea day, we would go up there in the afternoons just because we could. With the ship being less than half full, getting a pool lounger or even those cool day beds by the pool was no problem. There was always availability. Regarding shows, we saw the ice show, and we also saw one of the headliners, Tony Tillman. Both were entertaining, and we enjoyed both very, very much. We didn't go to Mamma Mia on this sailing only because we had seen it previously on another cruise. Most evenings we ended up in the schooner lounge. They had a wonderful piano player in there. His name was James. He was from England. He was highly entertaining. So we would go there to meet friends that we had met on the ship usually drink a little bit too much and listen to some really, really good tunes, but that's how we ended most of our evenings on the ship. So let's chat about the ports. In St. Martin, we went to Maho Beach. Our daughter really wanted to watch the planes take off and land. It's one of her favorite things to do, and it is a really nice way to spend an afternoon, having lunch on the water, watching the planes by the beach. And then something we did that was a little bit different is we went to go buy cheese. Do you know about the Gouda in St. Martin? We did not, and we've been to St. Martin a few times. We were on the elevator getting ready to get off the ship, and a couple said to us,
"Don't forget to get your cheese."
And we said, "What?" And they said,
"Your cheese, you got to get the Gouda."
We're like, huh?
You got to get the Gouda. It's like $30 for a 10-pound wheel. In the States, it costs $6 for like a small portion. You got to get the Gouda.
Oh my God, we got to get the Gouda. After we left Maho Beach, we asked our taxi driver if she would stop by a cheese store, and she did. And it was actually super fun. They had all different kinds of Gouda. They gave us free samples. They also let us sample some of the local rums, which was fun. Our daughter even got to try some of the rum because she's 17, and that is the legal drinking age in St. Martin, and these were just tastes. She wasn't doing shots or anything like that. But it was actually really fun, and I came home with a big freaking 10-pound Gouda. Not really sure what I'm gonna do with it because it's huge. I'll add a photo. I'll take a photo of it and add it to the video. When you brought the cheese on board, you were allowed to take it off the ship as long as it wasn't open. But I'll show you a picture of this Gouda. I'm thinking we need to have a wine and cheese party. But anyway, if you're in St. Martin, go to the cheese store, try all the different types of Gouda, and maybe purchase some if you're interested. It was just kind of a cute moment in our sailing. In St. Thomas, we took public transport over to Magan Bay, spent a few hours there. It is considered one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, and I have to agree, we had a wonderful time. And then at Coco Cay, we rented a cabana on the chill side. It was the least expensive cabana option, and we had a really nice, relaxing beach day. If you would like me to do a review on our experience at Coco Cay, please leave a comment and I will definitely do that for you. Compared to a full cruise, activities on board were very limited. There was still plenty to do. You could go rock climbing, you could go to the spa, you could go to the casino. There was a lot to do, but I'm used to the Allure having tons and tons and tons of activities. We were never bored, and there were activities, art auction, trivia, casino tournaments, things like that. But the activities on the Compass were much more limited than usual. But like I said, we were never bored, and there was plenty to do, especially because you could get a pool lounger whenever you wanted. Some of the things that were missing from the sailing, there was no belly flop contest, there were no huge parties in the promenade due to social distancing. The zip line was not open on the sailing. I don't know why. And also they canceled the shows in the Aqua Theater. I had heard that one of the performers got injured, but I don't know that for sure. So that was our experience on the beautiful Allure of the Seas, sailing in a Crown Loft suite. I still can't believe it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I do both Disney videos and cruise videos, so if you like Disney or you like cruising or you're like me and you love both, please subscribe. I would love to have you as part of my traveling party. And I have been experimenting with YouTube Shorts. I'm just starting and I had help with this, I'm going to be honest. So at the end of the video, I'm going to show you my very first YouTube short. It's 7 different cocktails at 7 different bars in the Allure. So keep watching if you'd like to see that. And until next time, I hope you have a great day and happy and safe travels. Thanks for watching.